Senzo Meyiwa's longtime friend, Mthokozisi Thwala, has defended his version of events on the night his friend was gunned down. Thwala also testified that he was approached to be part of the Football Stars documentary but refused to participate. He says he refused because of his bad experience with the media. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi is standing by to give us more detail, in particular, Linda, where the mistrust stems from.
Well, you'll remember that Mthokozisi Thwala has been testifying, of course, about his version of events when it comes to the issue around, what happened exactly in the house. And now, just before lunch, he was questioned about the inconsistencies that seem to appear in the statements that he made. You'll remember he told the court that he does not remember the number of statements that he made, but does remember that there were quite a lot of them. And the first one really emanates from what he told the court around Thwala. You'll remember he told the court that Thwala pushed the first intruder and left the house. But it seems from one of his statements, he actually says that Thwala did try to grab the firearm, but only later, at a later stage, when he couldn't successfully grab the firearm, leave that particular home. Let's take a listen.
Let me read the 10th paragraph. It reads as follows. Then Zandi's boyfriend let go of the firearm from which was still in the suspect's hands and ran from the house. So you see the context that this statement is made. It's not within the bigger picture of the second scuffle once Longo had left the house.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi njengoba ngisho futhi namanje ukuthi indlela ekubhalwe ngayo la akuyona futhi indlela mina engangimbekele ngayo lo muntu.
I think as I've said that the man
methi wadedela isibhamu akaze adedela isibhamu ngoba ngakuchaza lokho ukuthi akazange azasibamba isibhamu wampusha.
It's not written in the manner in which I said it. So when he said that, when he says here he let go of the firearm, because he never even grabbed or held the firearm, he just pushed him.
Nakalesikhathi njengoba echaza ukuthi kwaba khona igunshot yaba khona ekitchen njengoba ngichaza ukuthi uSenzo ngambuka ngaphambana naye eminyango, so yena akakubhalile la ukuthi kwenzeke ekitchen lokho.
Even with when the shot went off, it happened in the kitchen, and I looked at Senzo, or I saw Senzo when our paths crossed, and it's not mentioned here.
Well, the defense has told the court that Mthokozisi Thwala made about 4 statements around this issue. He says that he made them at different times, and the reasons that he was told to make new statements was because it seems new investigators had taken over the matter, and those are the reasons that he was being given when he was asked to make these statements. But also the issue around whether or not he wrote the statements or narrated the story to the police came up, because then you would remember he was making these statements under oath and would have to certify that he knows and he understands the contents of these statements. You'll remember he also gave a description to the court of what the first intruder looked like, and it appears as though from the description that he gave in one of his statements, it seems to clash with his evidence in court. Let's take a listen.
And then paragraph 6 thereof, I quote, the second suspect didn't say much. The suspect didn't say much. He just demanded the cell phones and money. The suspect was wearing a hoodie jacket, and the hoodie was covering his head. I could see the dreadlocks protruding through the hoodie near his ears.
Umsolo ake akazange asho okuningi, wafuna nje phela ke ama cell phones kanye nemali. Umsolo wayegqoke ihoodie noma ijacket enehoodie noma ihoodie kanye futhi ke ihoodie leyo yayimboze ikhanda lakhe. Ngangibona ama dreadlocks ayivelileke kuyona ihoodie eduze kwendlebe zakhe.
Now, the point that I want to clear, which suspect are we talking about here? Because my understanding of your evidence was that the suspect with dreadlocks was wearing a hat and the second suspect was wearing a hoodie. So what are we talking about here?
And then when it comes to ususpect ke demand amamali ne cell phone ngiyacabanga ukuthi lokho vele ngakushilo. Iphutha ke liba la khona ushibhiri esebhala khona indaba yehoodie. Ihoodie yayiqoka lo wesibili nje bese ngishilo nala. And then lo qala wayigqoka isiqhoko isona lesengangibona kusona ama dreads la kuyena. So ngiyacabanga ukuthi iphutha lakhe ke lapho ukuthi asho aphambanisa isiqhoko ne hoodie.
Linda Mnisi, thank you very much for that report. Listening